Councillors. My name is George Pajari. At the previous Council meeting, my credibility was called into question by Council and a member of the gallery. So I beg your indulgence if my response takes slightly more than 3 minutes.
We're going to try to stick to 3 minutes.
Several weeks ago, I made a presentation related to fiscal prudence within the municipality, some of which was quoted in the media. This triggered a response from your worship, from a library board member, and a letter published in the North Shore News from the board chair who wrote, "The claim that the library board spent $40,000 on custom furniture with inlaid veneer carved to match the pattern on the carpet is erroneous." She is right. I was wrong. It wasn't $40,000. It was $43,561.03. And it wasn't custom furniture with carved inlaid veneer. It was custom furniture with engraved veneer. You excoriated the North Shore News for a lack of fact-checking. You want facts? These are the minutes of the board meeting that approved the expenditure. Here's the financial report from the district detailing the expenditure. Here's a photo of the furniture I sent to the manufacturer, and here's their email confirming they made it and it's custom. And to the claim that even people who worked at the library for 30 years had no information on any custom furniture, the library was so proud of the furniture, they put a photo of it in their annual report. And this was around the time you, your worship.
Pardon me?
And that was around the time you were the council rep to the library board, your worship. So more than the denials.
Well, I wasn't the mayor, that's for one thing. And one member of council is still on that same council. So I think that...
Could I finish?
Well, I'm counting my seconds that I'm using up, so you won't have to hurry. But I think that council believed you were referring to this last year. Carry on.
More than the denials and selective amnesia about this extravagant expenditure, it's fascinating to note what elicited a response. Last month, I commented on 3 things: $40,000 in questionable spending, roughly $1 million in a wasteful and untendered contract, and a lack of transparency surrounding the $20 million endowment fund. Of these 3 amounts, which one concerned people the most and generated the only responses? The one for $40,000. Not a peep about the million spent on the gold-plated telephone system. Not a murmur about my claim the community was misled about the $20 million endowment fund. Interesting that the $40,000 bothers some more than the millions. It was also interesting to hear you, your worship, mention how well we're served by the Library Foundation. You really want to bring up the Library Foundation? Were you aware that their financials filed last year showed that they raised $127,000 but spent $134,000 on overhead? That's right. If the Canada Revenue Agency figures are correct, the West Vancouver Library Foundation spent $7,000 more on overhead than they raised. That effectively means that of that $127,000 donated to the foundation in 2009, not 1 penny went to the library. All that money you helped raise for the library at the croquet tournament that year, eaten up expenses. And you want fact-checking? Here's the CRA tax return for that year. You said that 98% of West Vancouverites approve of the library, as if that excused this waste. That's not the point. I personally approve 100% of the library. I love the library. As a volunteer, I wrote the original Wikipedia entry on our library. We're not talking about how wonderful the services we receive are. We're talking about efficiency, how the money is spent to deliver the services. That's the point that those who defend this waste are completely missing. So I ask every member of this council and your worship, if you are serious about ending this attitude of complacency, this attitude that we have 98% approval, so can spend money any way we want, then you will hold the line on taxes and you will direct staff to find the savings in the operating budget, not merely by, again, mortgaging our future through deferred infrastructure maintenance. Thank you.
Thank you. And I would like to apologize to Mr. Pajari on the library.